us for the start, how would you describe the actual situation on the supply energy sector?
The current situation is that starting from 1st of January, the market is liberalized and the customer has the option to choose the supplier. But they had this option even before, so this is nothing new for Romania. There was a liberalization of the market before, and they had this option even in the last year. The only thing which changed is that based on the European directives, there is not allowed to regulate the electricity market, and Romania should stop the regulated market as of end of the year of last year. Otherwise, it would be facing potentially infringement process, which is run by European Union. So now the customers are in the position that they have their supplier of the electricity, the one as last year. They are now under the universal service tariff, so there is no need for them to rush anywhere. So they are not in the risk of not having the electricity. In our case, in order to ease the situation, where the relay customers, based on informations in media, sometimes they got panic. They are now going to customer care centers in order to find out what's the situation. So we decided to extend the period for 6 months. So if our customers decide during next 6 months till the middle of the year to choose any tariff from our tariffs for the eligible customers, we are going to give them the difference between the chosen tariff and the tariff they have in universal service. So there is really no reason to be panicking now.
So what exactly will you do in the next period? You will send the customers your offers for the free market?
So we already sent the information to our customers. We sent it in December. We continue to sending them the information during this period, so they can see what are the offers. They can as well visit our webpage. They can call our call center in order to see what are the offers. But as well, this is one of the fair options, is to stay in the universal service tariff. And that's nothing which is really dramatical and something which is damaging the customers.
But the price is very high on the universal service market. Don't you think so?
It very much depends on what the customer is expecting and what is his behavior. So, for example, in our tariffs, you can have different set of services. For example, a customer can opt for having the electronic invoice. In that case, if he is willing to have, and it's good for the customer to receive electronic invoice instead of printed invoice, which is one of the conditions of universal service, then yes, the customer can have the lower price. The same if customer decide, for example, to pay through the direct debit, which is the option, then the customer can have the lower price. So it's not only that the tariff is more expensive or cheaper, but the tariff comes with some conditions. So if the customer accepts different conditions, the customer can have different prices.
What do you suggest people to do in the next period?
What I would suggest to people is really to evaluate the offers. I think the majority of offers you can find them as well online. You can find them, so you don't have to really get anywhere out. So to really evaluate the offers, and once you are evaluating offers, to have in mind that there are certain conditions, and you need to be careful about what are the conditions, because what are the usual tricks is that someone is presenting, for example, a very low price, but they are not showing all the content of the prices. So they are just showing you part of the actual price you will be paying. The other important thing is when you are looking on some offer, which might look very attractive, if you read the details, you might realize that the offer is valid only, for example, 3 months. But you are signing contract for 3 months, where you are accepting 3 months low price, and afterwards you are accepting to have whatever price which will be decided. And as well, the other thing is, and this is another trick which are sometimes used, that the people comes to your doors and they are coming and telling you, we are from the energy company. Depending on the region, you can pick the name of the company, and you need to sign something very fast, otherwise you will be without electricity. So those are the usual tricks, and customers should be really careful about it. So if something like this happens, what I would recommend is check with your supplier, call to the call center, check it on the internet pages, and I can really advise only customers. There are no miraculously cheap offers. As this is for electricity as well for anything else. If you are buying something, there is certain price. If something seems to be so advantageous, there is most likely some trick behind. So it's really important to be careful. And the other, when it comes to really long-term approach to energy, I would recommend customers, if you would like to have your invoice lower, the best way is to really think on how you are using the energy. So that's as well important. You can save far more on the energy by using it in the proper way rather than looking on various offers, because really the differences are relatively small. But if you are using more efficient products, or you are, for example, having the opportunity to be producing electricity by yourself, those are things which can have much bigger impact, and long term it's far more effective for the customers. And that's why that's like important for us. We have this type of products as well in our portfolio. So we have, for example, we are offering customers thermostat, smart thermostat, which can help you to optimize the energy consumption, which you are using for heating, either electricity or gas. The same, you can use it for the air conditioning during the summer. We are helping, and we were helping customers to obtain the European funds for the photovoltaics, so to become the prosumers. And now we are active. There is a program of electric app for the small and medium enterprises, and we are helping to small medium enterprises to access these funds, and then once they access it, to install the photovoltaics on their places. And this is what we really believe is the right way. It's to be looking for someone who is reliable. It's not trying to trick you by some miraculously good offer, and as well is next to you and trying to find a way how you can really decrease the invoice.
Could you tell us how many customers do you have on the free market and on the universal service market?
So we have, in total, we have around 1.4 million customers, out of which we have 1/3 we have on free market from the householders, and 2/3 are in the universal service.
And what is your strategy to gain new customers, not on the region you already are, but on the entire country?
So we have also, in this moment, we are offering the electricity across all the Romania. So the customers can really choose us regardless of where they are. But we have customer center. We have in some of the regions. So we are in Oltenia, and then we are having customer care centers. We have them in Bucharest. We have them in Iași. We have them in Timișoara, and we are looking on the opportunities and some economical thing how to extend it. It's important as well to have in mind that these things, if we are growing too fast, it will require a lot of cost, so we will not be able to be that attractive for the customers.
You mentioned earlier the panic. Why do you think this occurred?
Electricity consumption or electricity bill, it's something which is really sensitive topic, and people are really reacting to it because they are afraid that if something doesn't happen, it's they might lose the electricity, and especially in this period, it's something which is very important when the people are mainly at home. They are working from home, they are working online, so it's something which is very important.
Do you think the authorities manage this liberalization process properly?
I think like liberalization process, it's as I said it at the beginning, it's not liberalization process now. This is something which is very long period. Everything could be done better, but still that's something which it had to happen because Romania would otherwise face these infringements coming from the European Union. And really, it's most important for us is now to find a way how to convince and explain to customers that there is no reason for panic, and there is really time to make the decision. Or even the current tariffs they have now, it's valid tariffs. This is tariff which is existing, and it will exist in future, and there is no risk for them.
Do you think in the coming years the electricity will be more expensive or cheaper?
This is a very interesting question, and there are many analysts and there are many opinions. So it depends on a lot of factors, the electricity price. So we are part of a European market, so the price in Romania is influenced by the price of electricity on the neighborhood markets. There are strategies of respective countries. There are strategies on the level of EU when it comes to implementation of renewables, and that's the way how the renewables are influenced as well. There are the mechanisms which are making more expensive the classical sources of the power, and it's very difficult to predict in some longer perspective what will be the direction, because it's really the market, but as well in many cases administrative decisions of various countries across Europe, because every country now is connected. So it's hot topic. It's hot topic for everyone, and it's a big question.
What about the process of selling CEZ Romania to the investing fund Mira? Which is the stage right now, and what will happen in the near future?
So as we informed the public, media, the shareholders of both countries, and on 22nd of October, the CEZ and Mira signed a share purchase agreement, and now is the period which will be finished by closing, in which we need to obtain the approvals of the authorities, and as well there are some things which are part of the contract which needs to happen before the closing. On 23rd of December, Mira received the clearance from European Union from the competition perspective, and we are expecting in the first half of this year that the transaction should be finalized.
Mm-hmm. Which approvals you need to close the deal?
In Romania, this is a Defense Council approval. Then from the commercial things, there are many parent company guarantees in the large contracts and so on. So there needs to be discussions.
And for the customers, how they will feel this transfer?
CEZ Romania, or CEZ in Romania, is around 2,000 employees. Those employees are employees of the companies. So for the customers, pretty much, their electricians, which is taking care about the area, will remain the same electricians. The people they are used to visit and see and talk in customer care centers will remain the same people. The people which are their contacts, key accounts, they will remain, all of them will remain the same people. So pretty much the customers will feel absolutely no difference. all the contracts, all the obligations the companies have are between the companies and those customers, or companies and the authorities, companies and our partners. And all of these agreements are staying in place, so there will be absolutely no change for the stakeholders, for the customers, for the authorities from that process.
Does the buyer have a plan for investing in the future, in the next years?
We are investing, as a set of companies, we are investing every year around 60 million euro into the network, and this is something which is, it is something which is the investment plan. There is an investment plan which is long term, and these things will definitely continue. And the fact that Mira decided to enter Romania means that they are interested really in Romania. So it's for them the first entry. They definitely like the country, because otherwise they wouldn't be investing in the assets of CEZ. They like the assets of CEZ. They see the opportunity to use it as a platform for the further growth. But what are exactly the investments? I don't know it in this moment, but I'm definitely sure that they are interested in Romania and they are interested in the region.
How is CEZ Romania dealing with the COVID crisis?
It is something which is really important for us from the early beginning. It was really difficult because it was a lot of unknown, but as we have really teams of people which are responsible for supplying electricity to houses, to the hospitals, to all. So it was really about a lot of responsibility, and it was important for us as a company to make sure that the employees has everything what they need. Because if our employees would be somehow nervous, not being well protected, having something missing, they cannot really focus on their work and doing the great job. And I'm really happy to say, and I'm proud of it, that they really did a great job last year. So it was really important to have them equipped with everything. In the same time, we made the program and we ensured the employees that if in unfortunate case it happens that they will be infected, they will be not somehow facing any decrease of the salaries. The company will compensate everything that they are losing for being sick. We allowed everyone, and we made everyone who can work from home to work from home. For those who have to work from the office, we really make sure that they have necessary conditions to work from office. As well, it's important for us to give them the informations, because media and the online world is full of various informations, many times contradictory. So we were working with our partners for the medical care in really preparing and giving the relevant information from the experts in order for the employees to really know what's the situation, have the know what are the risks, how to behave. So it was really important for us. And now it is now is the period of the vaccination, because we have people as well in the field. So this is the second group of the people. Yesterday we had the first people from our company vaccinated, and as well, for us as well, it's now the key point is to give them the informations, give them the relevant informations about the vaccinations, what are the advantages, what might be potentially risks, and we are giving them, and it's really on them to decide whether they would like to be vaccinated or not.